And here's August. After July 2025 proving itself to be pretty good, as well as the fact we got a pretty big video this month to talk about, this will be a very interesting month to tackle for sure. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe down below and turn on the notification bell. Totally optional, but it'd be appreciated if you did. As well, I'm officially announcing that if you guys get this channel to 1,000 subscribers, I will make and release that big and massive SML video, full stop. If you want to see that video, you know what to do. As well, be sure to go in the description and check out my other channels, especially my Tyler Tales channel, where I upload my intentionally crudely animated series of the same name, which is my passion project, my new Discord server, my Twitch where I stream frequently, and my Newgrounds page where I've also been posting my Tyler Tales animated series I mentioned. Now without further ado, let's get straight in. For the first video of the month, it's a pretty decent video. I think the video can be pretty funny from time to time, especially of Tiger Woods himself. Lines from Goodman, yeah, I'm surprised, I know. Some of the Jeffy lines, the ending, and more. I also really like how the video takes place outside, because, you know, golf? Outside scenes in SML are a specialty. The game of golf itself that is played is also pretty enjoyable a decent portion of the time. The only real critique I have of this video is that it can be a little boring and bland at times. However, I understand this is kind of a low stakes type of video despite there being conflict involving Goodman, which within it itself is also probably worth critique too. Maybe that could have improved the video more, making the stakes more relevant to the video. Otherwise, 6 out of 10. Overall a decent video, just not super memorable, 'tis all. I honestly found this video very boring. I get in the actual Squid Game Season 2, it takes like 3 episodes to get to the games, even as Logan himself explained in the pinned comment. However, this is a parody series. It literally doesn't have an excuse to do that. Plus, even in the first 3 episodes of Squid Game Season 2, there's important character moments important for the rest of the show. It's not Brooklyn Guy's shenanigans with his crew that are going to be important later on. I also found the game they play in this video to honestly be pretty lame. I get they already did red light, green light multiple times, but at least come up with a game that had more imagination to its rules. I also know keeping a balloon in the air is a real game that exists, but there should be more creativity to this one if you know what I mean. I'm giving this video a 2 out of 10. This video was genuinely so boring and just a chore to watch. I hope the next part's better. Worst SML Squid Game video so far. In contrast to the last video, this video was pretty good. I loved Chef PP in this. He was such a delight to watch in this video. I also really thought the cuts to him walking away from the house were hilarious. I also thought the whole twist of the pregnancy test and everything to be quite funny. I also thought Marvin was a pretty good character in this video. The Hucker dudes weren't so bad either. The video just had pretty funny moments throughout that made this video overall pretty damn enjoyable. The only true critique I had with this video was that Rose in the beginning was just kinda unbelievable in how she was acting. I know this is a problem for a lot of videos that Rose is always thinking Marvin's a cheater, but still. Although I do think her finding out it was actually Chef PP was a hilarious scene, thanks to the line deliveries from all the voice actors and their characters. All in all, 7.5 out of 10. A pretty solid to watch, all things considered. This video is just another boring one. This video just felt like a drag throughout. It feels like nothing actually happened in it. I just wish there was more to it. Honestly, I kinda wish they went on the cruise longer and that's what the video was about. Maybe they even take Chives, low-key. Also, speaking of him, the Chives abuse is still pretty bad here. This video is somehow just both boring and ridiculous in a bad way. The only part about this video I liked was the scene with Shrek. It was pretty funny and it's always nice to see Shrek in modern videos. Otherwise, 3 out of 10. This video is just very bland again. Honestly, this month so far has been kinda disappointing. We've only had one truly good video so far. Hopefully the next one is much better. I spoke too soon. This video is outright shit. Everyone in this video was literally an idiot. Due to this, it leads to no fun progression with the story. It just leads to another series of events that are ultimately nothing burgers. It's all mostly filler. God, this video is just so boring. Even Brooklyn Guy's story in this video was just kind of boring. Ugh. Also, Brooklyn Guy was especially a dumbass in this video. What do you mean he's in a cave? I'm usually a modern Brooklyn Guy defender, but in this video, nah. He's honestly annoying in this one. The only things I liked about the video was that firstly, the coke experiments were honestly kinda cool, even if that aspect of the video becomes repetitive. Secondly, the little animation at the end of the Skeeter Boys and Jeffy being on the road to 10 million subscribers was genuinely really cool. Otherwise, 1.5 out of 10. This video was just very dumb in a bad way with a lot of boredom. Worst video of the month so far. Oh hey, new Chef Pee Pee puppet. It looks pretty good, but nothing beats the original puppet, I'm afraid. Anyway, as for the video itself, boring. Again, Jesus Christ, dude, what's happening this month? It's also just as frustrating with this video because the concept for this video is such a great one. This video is ultimately just missed potential, mostly because of how barely anything happens. It's pretty filler based. Also, I typically love Chef Pee Pee as he's my favorite character, but honestly, he sucks in this video. He's just very annoying with how he goes about things. Junior should not be smarter than Chef Pee Pee. This is honestly ridiculous. The only positives I have with this video was the new Chef Pee Pee puppet, which is a very minor positive in the grand scheme of things, as well as the small funny joke with Brooklyn Guy apparently dressing up as Chef Pee Pee one year for Halloween. Also, hey, the road to 10 million subs animation is continuing. Anyway, 2 out of 10. Again, what the fuck is happening with this month? This is honestly just becoming sad now. Finally, we get a good video. I really enjoyed this one. This video was honestly pretty hilarious throughout, especially whenever Jeffy was the teacher. The antics in it were pretty comical, and I certainly had a good time watching them. I especially lost it when Jeffy wanted to do a history lesson with the actual substitute teacher. That was amazing. I also think the general conflict and concept for the video is a pretty interesting one that takes a pretty unique direction. In terms of characters, I think Jeffy and Principal Steinbach in this video were both pretty fucking good. Honestly, I didn't have any real critiques in this video. The only other one I could think of is that maybe there should have been more interactions with other characters than Jeffy. Still though, I enjoyed this one a lot. 8.5 out of 10. A pretty enjoyable watch. That's Henry, not Percy. Anyway, this video was actually pretty okay. I loved Chef Pee Pee in this video. To start off, even though it's very asshole-ish of him, I still found the fact that Chef Pee Pee went all the way to Chick-fil-A on a Sunday just to prove Junior wrong to be fucking hilarious. I also just thought it was pretty cool Chef Pee Pee fell for an old lady. It was an interesting video concept for Chef Pee Pee. I also think it's cool that the first half of the video mostly took place away from the house. It was a neat change-up. Now, the second half of the video was where the issues came in. It ended up becoming a video that dragged on and got boring. It just lacked so much of what made the first half of the video exciting. The only positive I had with the second half of the video was the subtle part where Junior's eyelid was falling off and he went off screen for a second to fix it. Otherwise, 5 out of 10. A pretty great first half, but a very mediocre and boring second half. At least it's better than a lot of the videos this month. Still a shame though, this video was really shaping up to be great. Why did they introduce Chef Pee Pee's new puppet if they're gonna revert back to the old one? I prefer the old one, but like, what was the point, you know? Anyway, this video is just filler, again. This video is just a whole lot of nothing. You can just tell some of these videos were half-assed because they're working on the big obvious video this month. I just wish a lot of these videos, especially this one, had more to them. There isn't even a proper ending to this one. This video was just very unnatural in how things progressed. Also, Jonathan in this video was particularly just ugh. The only positive with this video was Hansel appearing. That was cool. Also, this video isn't anything super terrible. It's just boring and nothing. 2.5 out of 10. Just another bad and boring video. here it is, the big video. Now, I'm not gonna get into super huge detail with this one, as I have plans to make a video talking about each of the Jeffy birthday videos, including this one. However, I'll still give my mini review of this video in this. For me personally, I loved this video. This video isn't as amazing as Jeffy's 20th birthday, but it's better than Jeffy's 18th birthday, which was also really good, and it's way better than Jeffy's 19th birthday. I think what I loved the most about this video was that it focused on the dynamics between Jeffy, Marvin, Broken Guy, and Chef Pee-Pee. I love how this video centers around these four in particular. Their interactions and banter with each other was really good. Their reactions to a lot of stuff, especially the shitty motel, was really great. Honestly, this video was just fantastic with the comedy. I loved a lot of the antics the four got into. Bob was also hilarious too, I loved him. It was also just really nice seeing a variety of locations in this video as opposed to the house sets. The little slideshow montage at the end of the video was fucking excellent too. As well, I really love how Jack Pierre Francois is in this video and he has an antagonist role. That was a really nice touch in giving stakes to the video. I love how he and Jeffy pretty much get to finally interact. It was really nice to see. In terms of my other positives, I think the callback to the Hop Hop song was pretty neat. Now with my positives out of the way, I have my critiques with this video. I have 4. The first one is just the random transphobia from Broken Guy. I've already explained this before in the last monthly SML review, and I'm actually planning on making a whole video about this issue sometime soon, but it's way too tryhardy and gives off the very wrong impressions about Logan and his crew. It's also just inconsistent with Broken Guy's character, as he shat on J.K. Rowling before for being a transphobic bitch. Secondly, for the plane crash, I don't like how AI is used at all. I also went into this in last month's video, but it's just a cop-out method for impressive visuals and effects, especially for a video part of a series known for impressive visuals. I would rather there be shitty edits of things than outright AI. Thirdly, this is something I thought of. Since Jack Pierre Francois is dead, isn't Jeffy supposed to get the money? I know he pretty much said fuck you to that in Jeffy's 18th birthday, but shouldn't the deal or whatever still be intact, especially since he's dead now? And fourthly, I wish there was more foreshadowing that Jack Pierre Francois was going to be relevant to the video besides the thumbnail. There's flashback scenes throughout the video with Jeffy, but they're just general flashback scenes of Jeffy's past overall, not really so much about his father. There need to be more build-up and foreshadowing to him appearing. Regardless of all this though, this video was simply fantastic. I adored this video. It was an extremely fun watch. I enjoyed it a shit ton. 9.5 out of 10. By far the best video of the month, and it's going to be hard to top it, I'm afraid. For one, I just love how there's continuity from Jeffy's 21st birthday. Continuity in modern SML? My goodness. It genuinely feels like the characters in this video are ripped straight from the previous video, which is an aspect I really liked about this video. The characterization remains pretty good. Jeffy, Marvin, Broken Guy, and Bob were all pretty good. Bob especially was hilarious. Speaking of, the video itself is pretty funny a lot of the time. I think my favorite joke is at the very beginning where Marvin gets served and that's how he's informed he's getting sued by Las Vegas. Just hilarious. The bank robbing scene was also pretty good too. The only critique I have of this video was the court scene got repetitive after a bit despite the scene initially being funny. Judge Poopy was pretty good though. All around 9 out of 10. A very enjoyable video and a neat continuation from what was such a big video. And now we're back to boring videos. I didn't care much for this video. It was just a slog to watch through. I found the dialogue and banter between the Skeeter boys pretty poor in this one. I just didn't care for a lot of it, unfortunately. I almost wanted to snooze while watching this video, low-key. It's just a very filler-heavy video. I personally would have just had more happen, you know? It just feels like nothing happens. I also found Cody to just be too over the top for my liking in this video, you know? He just seems very unlike himself in this video with how he goes about things. Also, I didn't really care for the return of Patrick Mahomes. He still has that repetitive Andy Reid joke. It's genuinely annoying, man. Literally give him more jokes. It's not that hard. If I had any positives at all, I thought the ending was kind of funny just for how ridiculous it was. Not a huge positive to be fair, but it was still something I kind of liked about the video. However, that's it. In the end, this one gets a 2.5 out of 10. What a waste of time. Such a shame after 2 fantastic videos. Well, that's pretty bad timing for a video about Roblox. Anyway, as for the video itself, pretty good actually. A step up from the previous. For one, I think the video concept of Jeffy playing a Roblox game is certainly an interesting one. That aspect of the video resulted in some pretty funny antics of Jeffy. I also think Jeffy going over to the Huckleberry's garden after Marvin throwing the laptop into the bathtub was an interesting direction, which led to some funny interactions with the Huckleberries and Brooklyn guy. All around, what I like the most about this video in particular is the character interactions and the comedic value that comes with a lot of them, you know? I also appreciate the outside scenes for just being outside. I'm a sucker for those in SML videos. I also thought Mark was pretty funny. Sure, he served to be filler, but it was funny filler, so I don't care. I also thought the ending with Broken Guy and Marvin's bathtub was hilarious. And finally, I thought Marvin breaking Jeffy's laptop pretty fun to watch due to SML 2016 and 2018 vibes it gave off. If I had any critiques though, I do think there was a little bit of prolonged Broken Guy filler. However, it was bearable and didn't ruin the video that much for me. As well, despite the unique video concept, the video ultimately isn't super special in execution, which is fine I guess. Honestly, 8 out of 10. A pretty good video to cap the month off. And here's the ranking for the month. Cody gets stuck, flesh-eating bacteria, Squid Game 3 Part 2, The Breakup, Junior's water squirmy, Marvin's credit card fraud, Chef Pee-Pee's old lady, Jeffy plays golf, Chef Pee-Pee the father, Jeffy plays grow a garden, Jeffy the teacher, Marvin's tattoo problem, Jeffy's 21st birthday. Yikes, this month for SML was rough. There were more poor and meh videos this time round. That's such a shame since some of the best videos in the month were especially great, and also because a lot of the months for SML this year were pretty good in my opinion. I'm gonna give this month a 5 out of 10. It's very middle of the road. I'm sorry this video isn't as positive as I usually am, I just didn't really fuck with a lot of these, but hey, hopefully next month is better.